Your finale was a big one, and we left off with a very interesting new setup.
Yeah.
What do you know about what this group is and whether, Liv should trust them?
I'm part of an aggressive email chain with the cast and Rob Thomas and Diane Ruggiero Wright, trying to get all this information out of them, because we're all like, there's a chick zombie. Like, is she going to be my friend? Am I misreading her, being cagey right now? Like, and they're like keeping their cards pretty close to their chest. But I think like Liv going into this season, I think, she's been through a lot over the last 2 years, and she's becoming even braver and stronger in herself. But I think she's had her fingers burnt pretty badly, and I think she's going to keep her cards close to her chest a little and sort of hedge her bets a bit about who she trusts. So, I mean, already she's hanging out with Blaine again. So I'm like, slim pickings for friends if Blaine is your go-to, and I think like now that Babino is in the know as well, Babinos is what we're hashtag Babinos, that's what we're really going for. But we have like she's got a bunch of people that she can talk to about this stuff, and like can help her sort of vet people and make decisions, and so I think it's going to be a little bit more like, it's not just Liv anymore, it's her working with the team. It's a bit more ensemble, I feel like. So it's exciting to have like a party that she can talk with.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very interesting thing. Clive knowing is a huge deal. Obviously, a lot was going on in those last 2 episodes, so we didn't really get a normal case with the two of them. Are you excited to see what it's going to be like now that everything is sort of out?
Yeah, absolutely. I know that we are still going to have cases. I mean, crime is still happening. For Liv, that's still the way that she can feel like she's contributing to her society, is like helping for like resolve these cases. But definitely there's a big season arc that will be in play with what's happening with the Seattle like underworld and this kind of zombie like land that we haven't understood so far. So I think there'll be big sort of serial elements too.
Well, season 2 is very interesting because you guys really started to weave together, what people might call the brain of the week with the ongoing story. A lot of times it would turn out to be connected to it. Do you enjoy sort of how they were kind of putting that all together?
I think it's such a fine balance, and I think they do such a great job. It's the kind of show that somebody could just pick up and watch an episode and still enjoy, even if if it was out of context, because there's the episodic and like procedural parts. But I think like ultimately for us to invest and for the stakes to grow, like to have that woven in with these big storylines is a real art, and they do it very well.
Stacey Boss is also still out there as a threat. Do you think that might be an elevated threat as well in season 3?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think with Vaughn, we're like, finally we can just Vaughn off the scene, and now bloody Stacey Boss and potentially this chick, Vivian. Right. I'm not sure where she sits right now. So things are never simple in Seattle, it turns out. But it'll definitely be interesting with Mr. Boss. I think he's a very menacing threat to Liv.